Hi, and I'm back. Now that you've seen a little bit of background on lavender and frankincense, we're going to go ahead and continue now. We're going to first talk about anxiety. I'm going to be looking at this phone a little bit. I'm not texting, I'm just looking at my notes. Okay? I have to keep my notes on a phone because if I write them down, I'm sure my daughter will scribble all over it. So, first we're going to talk about bergamot. Bergamot is a very powerful mood booster. There was actually a study done in Taiwan in 2011 where they took very stressed out elementary school teachers, which shouldn't surprise anyone. They work very hard, and our own children drive us nuts most of the time, so I can imagine taking care of a couple dozen probably would be very stressful. So they took these elementary school teachers and they looked at some of the physiological signs of stress. And since they can look at the actual physiological signals, then those are a lot easier to interpret than having someone like take a survey and rate on a scale of 1 to 10 how they're feeling, you know? So in my opinion, that's a little more accurate to me, so that makes me very happy. What these teachers did is they had to take bergamot. They had to inhale bergamot for 10 minutes once a week. Okay, once a week. This is not every day. Once a week for 10 minutes inhaling bergamot. And what they saw a significant reduction of blood pressure and heart rate. And then it also drove the autonomic nervous activity toward a balanced state. And they found that it actually helped participants who had moderate to severe anxiety more than it helped participants with very mild anxiety. So that's encouraging for those of us that struggle with that. I was really excited when I read that because I have problems with anxious feelings, so I can't wait to try that. Another thing, a good blend for inhalation that would be really good to diffuse is 5 drops of lavender with 3 drops of ylang ylang and 2 drops of bergamot. You can diffuse that in a diffuser. You could add it to Epsom salts to put in a bath and inhale it that way, and then as well as that's a little bit of a topical application too. Or you can add it to some Castile soap and use it as your body wash. So then you get that daily dose of it, which is cool. Next up is clary sage, and at this point I'm filming this and I haven't checked. I might have a video on clary sage. If I do, I will have already posted it. If I do not, I'm sorry, but we'll talk about it right now. There was a randomized controlled trial in 2013 that found that clary sage was actually more effective than lavender in reducing stress for female patients that are undergoing urodynamic assessments. There you go. More effective than lavender. Okay, I think most of us think of relaxing, calming, sleepy time when we think of lavender. Clary sage was more effective than that. A good way to utilize that would be a bath. You take 3 drops of clary sage and 2 drops of ylang ylang and add that to a handful of Epsom salts and sprinkle that in a bath. Soak in that for however long you feel is necessary. And finally, lavender. Lavender, we saw the video on. And lavender... Okay, I'm gonna read word for word, okay, because I didn't note this. I thought this paragraph was awesome, so I screenshot it. It's possible that lavender essential oil can be an effective substitute for common and potentially addictive psychoactive drugs used for anxiety. A 2010 study investigated the use of lavender with generalized anxiety disorder. Silexin, an oral lavender oil capsule preparation, when taken over 6 weeks, was shown to effectively relieve generalized anxiety comparable to common benzodiazepine, lorazepam, a powerful psychoactive drug. Okay, that's really cool, you guys. That there's something that's natural that you can take that has been, a study has shown that it has performed more effectively for some than some of the big time drugs that they've got out there, okay? That's amazing to me. That's really amazing. And the fact that they've got the research to show it is even more amazing to me. It would be really nice if the FDA could get on board with that, right? Let's see. They list some other mood boosting oils on this article. Like I said, I will link to you maybe I didn't say that. This is, what I'm reading right now is from the American College of Healthcare Sciences, and I will send you a link to this article. And what is great is they have linked all of the studies that they reference here so that you can actually go and look at them yourself and see exactly what was tested, how it was tested, how controlled it was, and what the results were. So you can look that up for yourself, because I believe knowledge is power, okay? So, now, that's what that has to say on it. I'm also going to post some recipes. I have some little pictures, some recipes that I'm going to be posting throughout the night, and to help with some of those things. Some of the things that I've listed there, I'll go ahead and post pictures on, because visual aids are nice for me. So now, we're looking at Modern Essentials. Modern Essentials has a big, huge, fantabulous list of things to help with anxiety. I really like this new book because it's got simple solutions in it. Diffusing lavender when you're feeling anxious. Obviously, kind of common sense, that's a good way to go. Another is 5 drops of orange and 10 drops of lemon in a small spray bottle, like a 5 milliliter spray bottle. Spray it in the air and smell that as you need to. And I'm going to read off the list here of what this particular book recommends for anxiety. Lavender, which we talked about. They also recommend orange, lemon, the reassuring blend, the focus blend, the restful blend, the encouraging blend, massage blend, joyful blend, grounding blend on the back of your neck, and the respiratory blend on your chest. So doubling those up like that. Lang Lang, Melissa, frankincense, the invigorating blend, bergamot, like we talked about, geranium, lime, clary sage, rose, basil, cypress, marjoram, and Douglas fir. So it's also encouraging when you see the same oils recommended across different resources. That's usually where I go when I know I'm looking for something new. That is a long list. That does not mean you should try all of those oils necessarily. There's suggestions. What works for one person may not work for another person. I try to always tell people that when I'm giving them samples of things. If you try, let's say you try that orange and lemon spray and it does not do a thing for you, don't give up. Please don't give up. Just keep trying. There's then try diffusing lavender. If that doesn't work, try the bath salts that I'm going to post. If that doesn't work, there's a roller blend that I'm about to talk about right now. You can keep experimenting, keep trying, and find something that works for you. Okay? I hope something works for you. I really do. So now, there's a little blend that's in the Essential Life that I have never personally used, but I did just give it to a friend of mine who was asking for something with anxiety, and many people in my group of doTERRA gals recommended this for anxiety, so I am going to post a picture of it, but I will tell you right now, 10 drops of bergamot, 10 drops of lemon, 10 drops of the invigorating blend, 10 drops of lime, or in this case I actually used wild orange because I didn't have lime, 10 drops of lavender, 5 drops of the grounding blend, and 5 drops of the calming blend. You put all of that in a 10 milliliter roll-on, and then top it off with a carrier oil. So like almond oil, grapeseed oil, fractionated coconut oil, olive oil, anything like that. And then roll it on twice a day. Easy peasy. On pressure, on pulse points like your wrists, back of your neck, on your chest, anything like that. Twice a day. That's what they recommend. So, now, that was a lot of information on anxiety. Take a deep breath. You got this, okay? And I'm going to post a couple more videos for a video for you on background, and then we're going to talk about depression, okay? Okay.